Welcome to Lil Life Facts.
All right, so today we're digging into a closing script for a show called Lil Life Facts. So today, we're going to talk about that thing right in the middle of your face.
Right, and not just as a convenient spot for your sunglasses.
Exactly. We've pulled a ton of research for this deep dive on the biological sniffer.
And the mission here really is to reframe the nose. It's not this passive feature.
Not at all. It's an incredibly complex climate control system and a high-fidelity chemical sensor.
It's basically an engineering marvel that we all just walk around with.
And calling it a sensor isn't an exaggeration, is it?
No, not in the slightest. I mean, for the longest time, the textbook number was that humans could smell, 10,000 different scents?
Yeah, 10,000. That was the scientific consensus for decades.
And then the study from science comes along and just completely upends everything.
It's not a small adjustment either. They showed the human nose can distinguish at least 1 trillion smells.
A trillion.
Going from 10,000 to a trillion, that's a staggering update.
It puts our sense of smell in a whole new league. And unlike a machine, this sensor is hardwired directly into what you could call a smell memory time machine.
This is where the anatomy gets so unique. I was looking at the pathways. Sight, sound, touch. They all have to go through the thalamus first.
Right. The thalamus is like a relay station, a front desk for sensory information.
But smell just gets to bypass all that.
It does. The olfactory bulb has a direct, dedicated superhighway straight to the amygdala and the hippocampus.
The centers for emotion and memory. So when you smell something like chlorine and you're instantly, back at your childhood swimming pool, that's not just a poetic thing.
No, it's a biological short circuit. You have the emotional reaction before your brain even fully processes what the smell is.
So to get that signal to the brain, we have to talk about the hidden mechanics. Specifically, the nasal cycle.
Yeah, most people only notice this when they have a cold, One nostril feels blocked.
But it's happening constantly. The body is always switching the primary airflow from one side to the other.
Every few hours, like clockwork.
And I always just assumed that was to prevent the tissue from drying out.
That's part of it, sure. But the functional reason is way more interesting. It's all about the speed of the airflow.
This was the aha moment for me in the sources.
It's basically biological chromatography. You have certain odor molecules that are sticky and some that aren't.
Right. So if the air is moving too fast, a sticky molecule might get swept right past the receptors.
And if it's too slow, a less sticky molecule might not even make it there.
So by having one slow nostril and one fast nostril working at the same time,
you're creating 2 different bandwidths. It maximizes your ability to capture the entire spectrum of odors. It's just brilliant design.
And while it's doing all that, it's also running this heavy-duty HVAC system.
Oh, the numbers here are wild.
They really are. In the fraction of a second it takes you to breathe in, your nose can take freezing air.
And warm it up to near body temperature and get it to 100% humidity.
To protect the lungs.
Yeah.
But for that much humidity, you need a water source.
Which brings us to mucus.
We produce about a whole liter of it every single day.
And we think of it as a nuisance, but that mucus layer is this incredible dynamic bioshield.
It's not just trapping dust particles.
No, it's full of antibodies and enzymes. It's actively neutralizing pathogens before they can get into your system.
A security guard that also apparently enhances flavor.
It does. I mean, something like 80% of what we perceive as flavor is actually smell.
Through retronasal olfaction.
Exactly. Airflow in reverse. As you chew, molecules are pushed up the back of your throat into your nasal cavity.
Which is why if you pinch your nose, food just tastes bland.
Yeah.
Only left with the basics. Sweet, salty, sour.
Right, you lose all the nuance.
Okay, so before we wrap, we have to debunk the myth that your nose and ears grow forever.
Yeah, that's not quite right. The cartilage itself isn't generating new cells.
So this is happening.
It's collagen breaking down over time and gravity. The connective tissue stretches.
So it's more sagging than growing.
It's structural failure, basically. A slightly less charming reality.
Good to get that straight. Okay, last thing, the one part of this puzzle that's still a bit of mystery. The vomeronasal organ.
The VNO. The vestigial organ. In other animals, it's the pheromone detector.
But in humans, the jury is still out on whether it even works.
It seems to be, for the most part, non-functional. But some research suggests it might still play a subconscious role.
Picking up on, chemistry with people?
Something like that. A ghost sensor, maybe, running in the background?
I like that, a ghost sensor. Okay, so we want to leave you with a little experiment. For the rest of your day, Just pay attention to your breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, which nostril feels like it's the main one? The fast lane.
And then, just try to notice when it switches.
It's just a cool little reminder of the complex engineering humming along right into your eyes. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more fun facts. Click that red button to join us.